What's up, everybody? It is Tuesday, and we're back. And there's new music and a new video. I got my coffee. New WICCA phase just dropped. The song's called Farm, and we'll be getting into it here in just a second. But before I do, a couple things. As always, like and subscribe. I always appreciate that. I'm not a professional, so please don't expect me to be analyzing this at a high level. All right, I'm an enthusiast. I like music. I'm not an expert. And don't be a dick. I don't really know what to expect from this track. But, this kind of music that WICCA Phase has been known to make isn't for everybody. So just be aware going in. And I try to be really thoughtful when I do these. So I would appreciate it if we could keep it respectful in the comments. So with that out of the way, let's get right into it. This is Farm by WICCA Phase, Springs Eternal. So I think I've mentioned this before. I've done a couple Wicca videos, and so there was a period in my life where I was listening to a ton of this, like the Goth Boy Clique music, right? Wicca Phase, Horsehead, Lil Peep, obviously, and then like Slug Christ, who's affiliated. And I kind of got away from that. I think part of it was just I became healthier mentally a little bit. And I wasn't living in LA anymore, which is kind of where the hotbed of that movement was happening. And I've kind of gotten out of listening to a lot of this music. And particularly Wicca Phase has always been a hit or miss for me. There's stuff that he's done that I really love. Like Corinthiacs is one of my favorite songs, probably all time, not just by Wicca Phase. A couple of songs, Just One or One More Thing. What is it? Just One Thing, Rest. What album is that? I'm looking it up. Like there are songs that hit me, Hardcore is really good. That Darby Allin song, Suffer On, right? So Rest, Just One Thing, Crushed, Put Me in Graves, Suffer On. I really love that album. But there's only so much time I have in my day and in my life for like sort of gloomy acoustic, which is what a lot of it was. I like gloomy acoustic music, but I need variants, right? So I'm moving around. I'm listening to other stuff. This song, hard to understand the lyrics because I say this a lot. It makes me sound smart. The lyrics, the vocals are down in the mix, right? They're a little bit overshadowed at the volume on the mixing on the audio, right? It doesn't prioritize the vocals. It prioritizes the other audio around it. And I like that. Like, it's intentional, right? This is not a mistake. It's not like, oh, shit, we accidentally set the vocals to 6 and they should have been at 8, right? This is on purpose. And I do like when artists do that because it gives you a different sort of feel, right? It gives you a little bit more of a detached feeling, I think, which can be very evocative, right? It's less like hearing a song being sung and more like hearing a song being sung in the next room. I think that's how I would put it, right? You can hear the vocals, but they're sort of muffled. And what you're mostly getting is the audio tracks, right? You're getting the drums and the synth and stuff. I really like that. I think that's really cool. But it does make it difficult to follow lyrically, right? So that's something that I don't really have a lot of place to speak on right now. I'll listen to this more. And then I will know what the vocals are. I really liked the music. I thought this was... I admit I haven't really listened to the last album. I believe I downloaded it. What is that one called? Full Moon Mystery Garden, right? I haven't listened to that. So it's entirely possible that this is the direction that he's been going in for a while, and I just didn't get into the last one, so I'm not familiar with it. But this is very different than Suffer On. And I like it. I like all the synth. There's a couple moments where it kicks back in, like around a minute and a half in, I think is one. And those are really cool, where like the energy of the song shifts a little bit. I like the direction this is going musically. I hope that we see more of it on the album coming up. I believe the album is going to be self-titled, so it'll be Wicca Phase Springs Eternal. I'll check it out when it comes out. He's been putting out a lot of music recently. He's just living in Pennsylvania and writing. Like, I think that's all he's doing. As far as the video itself goes, I personally really like that kind of shooting style and that sort of effect. I have, I've been open in the past about some of my mental health issues. And without getting into any kind of specifics, really, one of the things that I would kind of find myself doing is trying to like depersonalize photos of myself, right? So I would take them out of focus, or I would blur my face out or hide my face, right? Obscure my face to sort of decontextualize the photo, right? You can see what the photo is of, but you can't tell who it is necessarily. I'm not exactly sure what sort of unhealthiness in my brain made me want to, do that. But I would process photos in a similar way to this, right? I would glitch them, or I would blur them, or add a bunch of noise. So I really like that effect. To me, it's another layer of like sort of removing yourself from the song, right? It's hard to focus on anything in this video because almost nothing is in focus. Almost nothing is able to be looked at. And really, I mean, the horse, right? You get some shots where you see the horse and you see the water and you see Adam. But for the most part, the video itself is very difficult to make any kind of coherent story out of. And I like that. I think that's really cool. It doesn't always make for the most engaging storytelling, right? But if you abstract it a little bit, look at me using words like abstract. If you step back from the idea that the video itself is telling a narrative about the song, you can maybe get into the idea that the video is telling you a narrative about the artist, right? Which is, I want to be out of focus and glitched and hard to perceive. That's very much, that's sort of a theme for WICCA phase anyway, I think. I like this one a lot. I'm really happy with it. I was a little bit concerned because, like I said, I do like his gloomy acoustic stuff, but I'm not always in the mood for gloomy acoustic, and I was a little worried that that's what I was going to get myself into here. And I'm happy that it was like a weird up-tempo sort of Nine Inch Nails-y, I guess. I never really listened to a lot of Nine Inch Nails, but sort of gloomy, industrial, synthy kind of music. And I really enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day out there. Stay safe. Drink lots of water. And don't talk to cops.